Nothing is being done to you. You're the one doing it all. That's when you start to liberate yourself. There's no one to blame. Anyone on the outside who's a trigger is only a trigger you're using. You could say, how I trigger myself is I see these people and I picture, or I say to myself, or I do this in my body, because that's how it really happens. No one triggers you. You trigger you. Someone else go by and have the same experience and not be triggered. So you're doing it. But we somehow forgot we're the one in charge here. And then you become enslaved to some pattern instead of waking up to your own true consciousness. So you can catch yourself when you're starting to make all these images in your mind of comparison. By the way, comparison is never fair. It's never right. It always makes you feel terrible because comparison takes a moment in time. It's out of context. You're judging yourself too soon, or you're judging yourself unfairly. Or you see one area of a person's life, but you don't see all the others. Or you see the surface that's being presented. I've seen people who seem to have this incredibly blessed life, but because I do what I do, I get to find out what's underneath. And you find out this guy that's worth $1 billion and he can't hold a relationship with his son or his wife. He's miserable inside. You go, wow, it seems so unfair that he doesn't seem to give a shit. He made $1 billion. Well, he's still getting his lessons. Everybody gets their lessons. I don't care what it is. I have another friend that, seemed to do everything right. And this kid is born with this fatal disease and he had to go through that experience. No one escapes extreme stress. The only question is, do you use stress or let stress use you? Do you create more stress by what you do in your own head? Or do you de-stress and move forward and use it as rocket fuel to make your life greater? But it's really important to remember that it's not all about you. It's about we. We're in the we business, right? The me business is the saddest song of all. It's a lonely song. But the we business, and that's what we're all in here. We're in it for each other. And that means who is leading, who is following, who is giving, who is teaching, who is learning. It's always changing roles if you're honest. And also if you're smart. Because I know I can learn from everyone. I learned from her too. How many learned from her? So it's like you have to stay in that place of being the learner, being the one that's always open to that, or otherwise you're cheating yourself out of so much curiosity. Curiosity is what drives me. I'm curious to know what's going on. And then when I learn it, I know I can help more people with it, right? And it evolves differently every single time, which is part of the beauty of it. The two forces that control every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every experience of your life, and that is your values and your beliefs. Those two forces literally control every decision you make. They are the invisible force that's determining whether you're happy or unhappy, excited or pissed off. It's all shaped by your values and your beliefs. Now that sounds really simple, and on the surface it is, but one of the reasons why people don't find their way to where they want to be in life is because we have lots of things we value. We value certain things that we want more of. When you say you value something, it means it's important to you. Some things are important because you want more of it. We call those moving towards values, because since we have more, we move towards them. And those are the emotional states that we value most on a positive side. Now, there's also things we value avoiding, meaning we believe they're very important to avoid because they're too darn what? Painful, right? And so you have two sets of values, not one. You have a set of values of what you're trying to move towards. You have a set of values of what you're trying to avoid. And when you're making decisions subconsciously, these two forces are being affected. That alone makes it a little more complex. But there's another level below it, which is the beliefs that determine whether you hit the target of your values. Think of it this way. Your 6 human needs are the ultimate target. Everything you do is to meet those needs. Whether you do it in a way that's negative, anxiety, or positive, contribution, growth, expansion, learning, whatever. Drugs, negative or positive, you're going to find a way to get at least the first 4. Most people don't get growth and contribution, which is why most people don't experience fulfillment, because those are the spiritual needs. But that's the target. But our brain thinks the target is things that we think are going to lead to some of these things. So it's either things like someone could say, what do you value? Go, I value my car. Well, it's true, their car is important to them. But when you tell me certain things, there's what we call ends values. Ends are the emotions you're after. That's what you're after ultimately. And then there's means. a car is a means.